Hi, welcome back to Alberta camping. So it's the first week in November. I might as well take the batteries out of the trailer. We use two 6-volt batteries in our unit, so they're deep cycle, and that makes it, they can be discharged a little better, and they're better for maintaining over the year. So it's a beautiful day, but we're not going camping anytime soon, it looks like. We do tend to maybe go camping in the winter a little once in a while if we can get a chance. Not looking good for this weekend. We're not going to go out, and I'm heading out of town next week, and then next weekend after that probably looks like it might be a little bit colder and not really worth camping in. So for now, I'm just going to take the batteries out of the trailer. It doesn't take long. It takes about 5 minutes to remove them, and about the same to put them back in if we did decide to go out for a weekend. But better safe than sorry. Last year I did leave the batteries in the trailer, and I ended up thinking they were a little screwed this summer. If you look at our previous videos, you'll notice that we did replace our batteries this summer, but we probably didn't have to. I'm going to go ahead here and we're going to get started. Just basically give you a rundown of what we do and how we store our batteries over the winter. We keep them on a trickle charger, and we'll show you all this in the video after I get the batteries home. I'll show you how we store them. All right, so let's get started. So our batteries are underneath here in the front of your trailer. I mean, everybody's got these on the front of their trailer. We haven't put any extra chains or nothing on ours yet. That is something I am planning on doing for the next season. Usually these straps, I don't take them completely off when I'm only checking batteries. I just loosen them, but right now we're going to be removing these batteries, so I might as well take them completely off. So take off your straps. If you got chains, of course, you're probably used to this because you're a little more advanced already. So you want to get into your battery box. Now the nice thing about these straps, I'll show you a little trick in a minute here. What I use these straps for as well is basically the straps come in really handy for lifting these things out of these boxes. So just remove the cover from your batteries. Set those aside. And like I said, these are fairly new batteries. Now, there's a couple of things I've added to this battery right here. You can see I've put a shunt in, and the shunt is basically, this is what gives us a power meter if I hooked it up. I haven't hooked it up yet, but I did buy the shunt this year because we were having battery issues and I wasn't sure what was causing it. But it goes on the negative side of your battery, and as you can see, the shunt goes into the post of the battery, and then you use your negative from your trailer just goes into the other end of the shunt. And once you wire that in, I do have the little shunt meter, but I never did hook it up. But it's there just in case I ever need it. And this cable here is what gives us the ability to run these batteries in series. And it's hooked up. One battery's positive, the other battery's negative. You just join those together, and that causes two 6-volt batteries to become a 12-volt unit. So what you need to unhook these is you need a 1/2-inch socket wrench. And when you're unhooking batteries, you always take off your ground first. So in this case, we're going to take off the shunt side. And of course, the power to the trailer itself is currently shut off. You just want to make sure that you've got everything turned off to your trailer before you attempt to do this. So bring along a 1/2-inch socket. So my shunt is actually a little bigger than a 1/2 inch. It's actually 9/16. So in my case, I need to have both a 9/16 and a 1/2 inch. So you want to take off your shunt side first. So unhook that. And you just basically unscrew and take that off. I always take the negative side off first. And then we're going to take off the positive. Positive is a 1/2-inch screw. Or 1/2-inch bolt, I should say. And just unscrew and remove that bolt. And you're good to go. So now the trailer is completely unplugged from the system now. And I always put the bolt back, put your screws back on so you keep track of them for the year, because you really don't want to lose those type of things. Same on both sides. Just put those back on. And then now we need to take off the negative from the battery. So we're going to disconnect the series pair. And there you have it. Those are disconnected. Now your batteries are completely disconnected from your system. And like I said, put your screws back on. Don't store them with your trailer over the winter, because just in case you come back in the summer and, get ready to, in the spring when you're ready to go again, you want to make sure that all your parts are there on your batteries. So always keep them on there. So he's taking off this jumper. So you just got to remember, while you're doing them in series, it goes to positive to negative. If you are using 212 volts, I believe it goes positive to positive on the 212 volts, which maintains a 12 volt system for you. So this cable here, what I tend to do with it is basically I can either leave it in these boxes over the winter, and I probably will do that today. Some people do like to charge in series. I've done both ways. I just find it works either way. Over the winter, it's going to be on a trickle charger. I'm just going to leave it trickle charging all winter long, and it's going to be fine. Now, getting these things out of the boxes. To keep in mind that these batteries are quite heavy. So what I do is I use the straps that hold down our batteries, and hold the boxes down when we're on the road, basically. And I just use these. There's little parts that jut out on your batteries here, and I just take those, put it in there, and then just use the strap itself to pull the battery out of the box. And that works like a charm, and it makes it much easier. And there you have it. So your box now is empty for the winter. And I'll do the same on this side. Pull this battery out. And I just leave those straps on over the winter as well when I've got them in our basement at home. So there you have it. And then what I do is just basically throw the covers back on this box for the winter. I do tuck the cables for the trailer itself into the boxes just for storage over the winter. And of course this red cable, which is our cable to keep it in series, I throw that in the box as well, so it's there when I come back in the spring. And again, just throw these boxes right over for the winter. And that's how you unhook your battery from your trailer for the winter. Quick and easy. Like I said, it takes about 5 minutes, not even. But yeah, I really recommend that you do this. Just basically because should you get a really cold winter, it can get very risky for your batteries. They are easy enough to carry. They're just very, very heavy. This is why I use the straps. So I'll use the straps to lift them up like this. And that way, it's easier on your back. It's easier on everything. They are heavy. These are not light batteries at all. So never go below 50% on a battery. Keep that in mind. Now while I was out here, I also made sure that I went and removed anything inside that was battery powered. And for us, this includes our little battery charger / air pump, which we keep in the trailer during the summer, because you just never know when you're going to need such a tool. And we do have battery, or sometimes we do find that over the summer our tires can get a little bit lower than usual. So we do tend to keep these handy. So there you have it. That's how we remove the battery from the trailer. I mean, now we're going to go home here shortly, and then we'll hook it up to the battery charger. I'll show you how we store them over the winter. And it's a beautiful day today. It's too bad we're not camping. But maybe soon. Hopefully soon we'll be able to camp again. Here's hoping. We got the batteries out of the trailer now. The trailer is now completely winterized. Without the batteries in there, nothing's going to go wrong. Got the water system winterized. We got the batteries out of there. So the next thing we're going to be doing is basically taking the batteries home and storing them on a trickle charger over the winter. Otherwise, our trailer is essentially fully ready to handle winter. Make sure your propane is off, make sure everything's locked up. We've got the batteries out. I'm gonna head home and we're gonna hook them up there and put them on trickle chargers over the winter. And I'll show you guys how we do that, or how you can do that. We're not gonna do it in series. We're gonna just do, say, 6 volt, because I got a 6 volt charger so I can do them individually. Some people say you should charge them together as a series. I find you're gonna fill them both up fully anyway. You're gonna leave them full. Our batteries were bought as a pair, and that's another recommendation: is always buy your batteries as a pair. That way they're even and they're the same charge levels and the same longevity. So it's a good idea to always make sure you buy them in pairs. It's not a good idea to buy them single, one at a time, and pair them. You're better off buying pairs of batteries, unless you just got a new trailer or you've just recently replaced your battery. You want to add a second battery, it's a good time to do it. But don't take a battery that's a few years old and add a brand new battery to it, because the brand new battery is going to lower itself down to the quality of the older battery. So if your older battery only holds 90% or 80%, your new battery is going to match that. So you're basically losing the longevity of your new battery by doing that. So you're better off always buying batteries in pairs. Anyway, batteries are loaded up. We're good to go. We're gonna head home with these, and we'll finish up the video in a little bit here and show you how to leave them in storage over the winter. All right, so you got your batteries home from the trailer. You want to make sure they're kept indoors somewhere warm. I hook them up to a battery tender about once a month, staggering back and forth. I do both separately. Some people like to do them in series, but it doesn't really matter as long as they're topped up. So about once a month, go ahead, top them off again, and I'll keep them nice and topped up until springtime when you put them back in your trailer. Definitely don't leave them in your trailer over the winter, because if they get discharged, you're going to end up with, well, a dead battery and possibly a frozen battery. So yeah, hope this is helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And hopefully we'll see you again this season, but if not, we'll see you again in the springtime. And I know Heather's pretty sad that she can't go camping right now. But hopefully soon. See you later.